Welcome to our channel, where the veil between our world and the spectral realm grows thin. Tonight, we delve into the darkest corners of history, where the echoes of long-forgotten wars still whisper through the ages. We bring you 3 spine-chilling stories of ghosts, forever bound to the battlefields where they fell. Make sure to turn off the lights, sit back, and prepare to be haunted. For tonight, we journey into the heart of darkness. Imagine, if you will, a battlefield shrouded in the mists of time. The year is 1863, the heart of the American Civil War, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. A young soldier, barely a man, stands on the precipice of battle. He clutches his rifle, his heart pounding a frantic rhythm against his ribs. His name, lost to history, is unimportant. What matters is his fate, a fate shared by countless others on that blood-soaked ground. The air explodes with the deafening roar of cannon fire, the ground trembling beneath his feet. He charges into the maelstrom, smoke stinging his eyes, the screams of the fallen ringing in his ears, a blinding flash, a searing pain, and then nothing. He falls, another casualty in a war that consumed countless souls. But his story doesn't end there. Decades pass. The battlefield, once a scene of unimaginable carnage, transforms into a place of solemn remembrance. Yet beneath the surface, a darkness lingers. Visitors to the Gettysburg battleground report strange sightings, whispers of a lone soldier, his uniform tattered and torn, wandering aimlessly through the fields. They say he carries a musket, its barrel cold and empty, a poignant symbol of a war long over. Some say he cries out, a mournful wail that chills the soul, a desperate plea for peace that never comes. They call him the Phantom Soldier, a specter forever bound to the land where he drew his last breath. Locals whisper tales of his appearances, always shrouded in mist, always searching, always mourning. One chilling account tells of a group of history students exploring the battlefield on a foggy evening. They stumbled upon a lone figure standing amidst the rows of white tombstones. As they approached, the figure turned, revealing the hollow gaze of a young man, his face etched with the pain of 1,000 battles. The students froze, their blood turning to ice in their veins as the soldier raised a spectral hand, pointing towards a nearby copse of trees. Then, as quickly as he appeared, he vanished, leaving behind nothing but an icy chill and the lingering scent of gunpowder. Driven by a mixture of fear and curiosity, the students cautiously made their way to the spot where the soldier had pointed. There, beneath a canopy of ancient trees, they made a grisly discovery. A shallow grave marked by a simple wooden cross, long since weathered by time. The Phantom Soldier of Gettysburg remains a haunting reminder of the true cost of war. His story, passed down through generations, serves as a chilling testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, even in death. As you stand on the hallowed grounds of Gettysburg, remember the sacrifices made, the lives lost, and the spirits that may still linger. Our journey into the heart of spectral warfare takes us across the Atlantic, to the killing fields of Europe. Picture, if you can, the trenches of World War I, a desolate labyrinth of mud, blood, and barbed wire stretching across the ravaged landscape. Here, amidst the deafening roar of artillery and the staccato bursts of machine gun fire, another breed of ghost emerged. The year is 1916, the Battle of the Somme rages on. Millions of men are locked in a brutal stalemate, their lives expendable in the pursuit of victory. Among them is a young British soldier, his name, like so many others, lost to the annals of war. He huddles in a trench, the stench of death heavy in the air, the ground around him littered with the bodies of his comrades. Suddenly a whistle pierces the air. It's the signal to attack. He scrambles over the top of the trench, charging into the teeth of German machine guns, his stomach churning with a potent cocktail of fear and adrenaline. A deafening roar, a blinding flash of light, and then darkness. He becomes another casualty of a war that consumed a generation. His body, riddled with shrapnel, is never recovered, lost amidst the mud and the blood of no man's land. but his spirit, unable to find peace, remains. Years later, long after the guns have fallen silent and the trenches have been reclaimed by nature, whispers begin to circulate amongst the locals. They speak of strange lights flickering in the distance, eerie figures appearing on foggy nights. Farmers tell tales of ghostly soldiers, their faces obscured by gas masks, marching silently across the fields, their boots making no sound. Some say they hear the phantom cries of the wounded echoing across the desolate landscape, a chilling reminder of the horrors that unfolded there. The battlefields of World War I, now silent and still, are said to be haunted by the restless souls of those who fell there, forever trapped in a loop of violence and despair. One particularly eerie account tells of a group of historians visiting the site of the Battle of Verdun, one of the longest and bloodiest battles of the war. As they explored the crumbling fortifications and overgrown trenches, they noticed a strange presence, a feeling of being watched. The air grew heavy, the silence broken only by the mournful cry of the wind. As they rounded a bend in the trench, they came face to face with a chilling sight. Standing there amidst the shadows and the mist was a group of soldiers, their uniforms tattered and torn, their faces pale and gaunt. The historians froze, their blood running cold as the spectral soldiers turned towards them, their eyes burning with an eerie light. Chapter 3. The Ghostly Pilot of World War II. Our final tale takes us to the skies, where even amongst the clouds and stars, the ghosts of war find no escape. The year is 1944. The skies above Europe are ablaze with the fury of aerial combat. The roar of engines, the whine of diving planes, and the deafening explosions of anti-aircraft fire fill the air. Amidst this maelstrom, a young American pilot, we'll call him Lieutenant James, guides his B-17 bomber through a storm of flak and enemy fighters. His mission to cripple the Nazi war machine, one bomb at a time. But fate, as it often does, has other plans. As James and his crew approach their target, a deafening explosion rocks their aircraft. A direct hit, smoke fills the cockpit, the acrid smell of burning metal stinging their nostrils. James, struggling to maintain control of his crippled bomber, orders his crew to bail out. One by one, they parachute into the night sky, their fates uncertain. James, however, cannot follow. His plane, engulfed in flames, spirals towards the earth, a fiery tomb for a young man who dreamed of a future beyond the horrors of war. The wreckage of James's bomber is later discovered, a twisted hunk of metal, a testament to the brutal reality of air combat, but James's body is never found. Some say he managed to bail out at the last moment, his parachute lost to the darkness. Others believe he went down with his plane, his fate sealed among the flames. But in the years that follow the war, a new story emerges. A story of a ghost, not bound to the land, but to the skies. People living near the crash site begin to report strange sightings in the sky, particularly during stormy nights. They speak of a lone aircraft, its silhouette resembling that of a B-17 bomber flying low over the treetops, its engines emitting a low, mournful hum. Some claim to hear the ghostly roar of its engines even when no planes are visible in the sky. Others report seeing a lone figure in the cockpit, a shadowy silhouette illuminated by an eerie, ethereal glow. The legend of the ghostly pilot forever flying his last mission spreads throughout the region. Some dismiss it as wartime hysteria, the product of overactive imagination still haunted by the horrors they witnessed. But for those who claim to have seen the ghostly B-17, there is no doubt that it is more than just a figment of their imagination. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the haunted past. The echoes of long-forgotten wars still whisper to us, reminding us of the true cost of conflict. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more chilling tales from the shadows of history. Until next time, stay safe and keep your lights on. For the ghosts of the past are always listening, always watching, waiting for the veil between our worlds to weaken, so they may share their stories once more.